Assalamu alaikum. I'm Mohsin Zaheer from Urdu News. Today we are honored to be joined by the Mayor of New York City, Mr. Eric Adams. New York City, often referred to as the city of immigrants, is the home of large population of Pakistani American community. The role of the mayor is critical, especially when it comes to addressing the needs of immigrant communities, whether it is day-to-day life, public safety, jobs, education, healthcare, housing, fair representation in city administration, or protection of freedom of expression. Excuse me. Today, we will be discussing all these vital issues with Mayor Adams, who is here with us to share his vision, priorities, and engagement with communities like ours. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for your time and for giving Urdu News this opportunity. It is an honor to speak with you again and give our readers and Pakistani American community insights into what your leadership means for them.
Thank you. And it's a real pleasure to be on. I am not a new friend to the Pakistani community. I'm an old friend. I
Right.
have been with this community throughout the years, and I look forward to continuing being part of this community.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And you always say you never use GPS to meet with our community, but our case used to be quite opposite. 4 years ago, we used to use GPS to been to City Hall. So now, not anymore now. Thank you so much.
You're quite
And
welcome.
access to the city government, access to your office, Gracie mentioned, it means a lot to us and to our community. So, Mr. Mayor, I want to ask you, uh, as your first terms, as you're heading to the completion of your first term, what do you see as your most significant achievement for immigrant communities in the New York City as well as Pakistani American community?
What I have learned is that the Pakistani community, like other ethnic communities, they all want the foundational things in our city. They want their children educated. They want access to affordable housing. They want to make sure that they are able to be gainfully employed. And most importantly, they want to be safe in their communities. We have provided all of those things, but then there are unique things that every community desires that is specifically important to them, and such as the right to have call of prayer
Mhm.
in their mosques, the right to pray in facilities and spaces, halal food in our schools,
Mhm.
and making sure that the certification of halal food is properly certified. The right to be able to wear their hijabs in places of business and others so they can have their rights, and the rights of making sure that the mosque and other places of worship are protected in the proper way. And so we
Mhm.
have made sure that we had people from the Pakistani community to be employed in our city, and we have made sure that we is ensuring that the community businesses are able to operate, and our city
Mhm.
will be a place where the Pakistani community feel invited.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, we want to discuss public safety in the city also with you. So, public safety continues to be a major concern. What steps is your administration taking to address rising subway crimes, particularly hate incidents like the attack of a Pakistani woman on the E train the other day? You had a press conference in the city hall, and we covered it. You took actions, and we want our community to know what else is being done by your administration, sir.
Yes, and I take it personal when someone attacks a mother of three in the manner that we witnessed. It was a brutal and vicious attack. Number one, we apprehended the person that is responsible. He was arrested
Mhm.
2 times previously. And so it is important to us that as we do our job as the police department to make apprehensions, it's important that our prosecutors ensure that the person is sustained and is held responsible for his actions that he carries out. But I'm happy to acknowledge that this year hate crimes have dropped by 17%
Mhm.
among the Muslim community. Because we have zeroed in on Islamophobia and those who want to inflict some form of hate towards the community. And although we drop hate crimes overall, it's important to us to witness the drop in the Muslim community. It shows that our work, such as breaking bread, building bonds, and other becoming more and more successful, because we're seeing the results that we want.
Mr. Mill, what initiatives are being implemented to create job opportunities for youth from immigrant backgrounds, including Pakistani and other immigrant communities? As you know, second and third generations are coming up and they are graduating from colleges and looking for jobs in the city. They don't want to move out of the city. So, would you please share your thoughts on this one also?
And what's so important, I've been very clear since day one that our
Mhm.
immigrant communities should send their children to school, go to their houses to worship, go to their jobs, and not be afraid in the city and live in fear. If you need medical care, have that medical care. If you need police intervention for a crime, like we saw what took place on the train, they should report it to the police without the fear of being deported. So I've
Mhm.
been clear on these issues, and I have been correct. You don't see ICE in our schools. You don't see ICE in our churches, our mosques,
Mhm. Mhm.
synagogues. You don't see ICE raiding our jobs. And so we must not live in fear and go on with our lives. And the noise that you're hearing is not the actual action that's what's taking place in the city. We have
Mhm.
communicated with the federal government, and we have collaborated with them when it's time to dealing with criminal behavior. But we have been steadfast in civil enforcement. We're not going to do that, and we want New Yorkers, documented or undocumented, to enjoy this city and work and educate children and be productive.
And Mr. Mayor, this was also one of my question, and you almost addressed this question. But people want to know how is your administration protecting NYC sanctuary city status amid ongoing national immigration enforcement efforts?
Well, sanctuary city is not a law. It is a concept that states if you live in this city, documented or undocumented, you have the right to get the services that come with the taxes you are paying. And that was the list of services I stated: police protection, uh, from police
Mhm.
protection to educating children to hospital for medical needs, all of those issues. We're always going to allow those service protections to stay in place. We're going to make sure that this city is a sanctuary city and it allows those who need the services. That's what it's about.
Mhm.
Those who
Mhm.
need the services will have access to those services. There's no rule, there's no law that's on the horizon that is going to change that.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, my next question is about housing. And housing costs are pushing many families out of the city. What specific policies are in place to ensure affordable housing for working class and immigrant communities in the city, sir?
Well, we've built more housing in individual years in the last 3 years in the history of the city. We are projected to build more housing than former Mayor Bloomberg and former Mayor de Blasio's numbers combined. And
Mhm,
so my job as mayor is to build housing. We've
mhm,
also passed the most comprehensive housing plan for City of Yes that allowed us to build more and more housing in every community. The reason housing prices go up is because housing inventory goes down. And if we continue to build, we're going to see a decrease in costs. That is the goal. And then we must support that many in your community have small properties. They're small property owners. And
mhm,
when you hear individuals talk about not having a slight or modest rent increase, that impacts small property owners in their repairs, their cost of insurance, of heating, and all the other costs that comes with running a property so it's clean for everyday people. What I must do is balance the cost of increased rents with the cost of running a home. And so I am going to keep building more housing so that people could have a place to stay and go, like we're doing in Shea Stadium area, 2,400 units of 100% affordable housing. That is what I must do as mayor, and we're living up to that every day.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, quality of life in the city is also very important. Your administration, we read in the news, heard about initiatives about quality of life, and you are expanding those initiatives. Can you please share your thoughts and tell our readers what those initiatives are and what does those means to the New York or New
We have
Yorkers?
we have a quality of life team,
Mhm,
and their focus is to go after everything that New Yorkers have stated. New Yorkers are safer because of our policies. We must make sure that they feel safe because of our quality of life action. And so we're going after open drug use. We're going after abandoned vehicles. We're going after loud music, illegal dumping. We're going
mhm.
after all of those things so that people will not only be safe statistically, but they will feel safe based on what their communities look like.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, let's talk about the small businesses in the city. So, small businesses run by Pakistani and other immigrants have been hit hard post-pandemic. What specific support is available to help them grow in New York City under your administration?
Yes, we have more small businesses operating in the city's history. And that is because our business is to make sure small businesses operate. And we've done that by stopping the over proliferations of summonses and citations that has hurt small businesses. We've done it by having our small business connect initiatives, our small business opportunity fund. We've held a series of interactions so small businesses can be aware of what benefits the city has to offer. So we have been focused on small businesses, and that is crucial.
Mhm. Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, what is being done to ensure greater representation of Muslim and South Asian Americans in senior positions within city agencies and other advisory board? I know your administration has representation of a large number of Muslim personnel at the higher level. What else you can do uh, for these communities?
It's crucial that in order to serve people of this city correctly, you must have people in government that understand the community and can share their firsthand knowledge of the community. We have witnessed members of the community in places like TLC and other
Mhm.
high-ranking positions in the administration. And for the first time ever, you've witnessed the voices of the Muslim community being present in the administration. And so I think it's imperative that we continue that. And also it's important that we encourage the Muslim community to be part of the rank and file employees of the city. They should be police officers. They should be
Mhm.
nurses. They should be interacting with every level of employment so that they can administer goods and services to their community and their voices will be heard.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, like second last question is, you have regularly participated in events like Ramadan iftars, Pakistan Independent Day festivals, and parades. How do you view the role of interfaith and cultural engagement in building a stronger city?
It's crucial and it's so important, and we're going to continue to support and be visibly present for all of these activities because they're more than just simple activities. It's a way of life for those communities that are involved.
Mhm. And Mr. Mayor, one more question about the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. As you know, this hotel is owned by the Pakistan National Airlines. So this hotel used to be, or is, I think, is still a shelter center. So what is the status of the Roosevelt Hotel now, and what's next, please?
It is officially being closed. Actually, I'm going to be by there today,
Mhm.
but it is officially going to be closed, and it is important for it to close. And it shows our success of managing 230,000 migrants and asylum seekers and how we handle that crisis
All
like no
right.
one expected us to do.
And the lease of the hotel will be ended as the shelter is closed.
It's Those conversations are still going on now.
All right. And lastly, Mr. Mayor, I know you are very particular about your diet. So, uh, do you maybe know which Pakistani food you like most? I know you've been to a lot of events and you always have different foods. So, which food you like most?
The your lentils are one of
Uh,
my favorite, and I look forward to continuing to eat that good Pakistani food.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for speaking with us, for addressing the concerns of the immigrant community in New York City. We appreciate your time and your continued commitment to serving all New Yorkers. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.